Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So as you know, the markets have been up quite a lot in the last few weeks, and just this week that just passed, we basically the last 5 trading days, as you can see, it's more or less flat. Nothing is really happening there. Dow Jones is the only one that's down about 1%. Nasdaq is just less than 1%, and the S&P 500 less than 1% as well. So nothing really important have happened over the last couple of days. But when you look at the year to date, we are kind of recovering, especially FTSE 100 is doing absolutely amazing. I've got a video planned, inshallah. I'm going to share with you guys some of the best companies that Sharia compliant in the FTSE 100, inshallah, in the next couple of days. But yeah, FTSE is doing really well. But overall, the general markets are not doing great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you guys 5 companies that are undervalued still, despite the the stock market basically recovering over the last few weeks. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the basic information as always. Then of course, as always, do your own research. Now I'm just going to talk about a couple of things before we get to that. And one first thing I want to do is ask you guys if you can press that like button. That really genuinely helps the channel. If you haven't joined us already, what are you waiting for? Join us in this journey. And if you are part of the community, thank you so much for joining us already. And I have made some change to the Patreon side of things. I'm doing a lot more posting, inshallah, over the basically from now on. And what I've done is I've added quite a few things, and this subscriber portfolio reviews is one of the new things that I've added, and it came out of a conversation I've had with my friends over the last few weeks, because I've got a really good friend who's started investing recently, and he was kind of struggling to keep up with all this stuff that's happening in the basically new side of things. Companies going down, and his portfolio was in the red. And then I sat with him, and basically we've gone through the entire portfolio. I'm not a financial advisor, but I kind of gave him some ideas and some of the things that we can do. And by doing what we did, I think he felt really good and understood why basically he's investing in what he was investing in. And now all he talks about is the idea of actually buying more instead of selling, which is what he was planning to do at that point. So really that conversation helped him a lot to kind of understand, why am I investing, what is my investing goals, and thinking about the bigger picture, and what do I own right now, and how do I actually, do I even know what I own right now? So we went through every single stock and so on. So what I've done now is I basically put together a sort of a quick basically file that you can just fill in and then just send it to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to you on the Patreon account. Okay, I will message you, private message you as soon as you finish. Okay, you message me, and then I'll basically message you back with detailed description of everything that I think about your portfolio. Okay, so basic things I need you to give me is your age, the goal, when are you going to retire, is your dividend, are you a dividend investor, are you looking for income, are you looking for just a price appreciation and so on, what is it, how much are you contributing to basically to your portfolio every single month, how long do you want to invest, what is your current job, how long have you been investing and so on. And then just add anything else, if you're married, you've got family, and you've got mortgage, you're in debt, whatever it is, just give me a little bit more information. And then you got the portfolio. The yellow bits, that is the bits that you need to fill in. There's an example here. For example, you can just put the name of the company that you own, or this ticker, for example, and it automatically tells you basically what the name of the company is. If you can't figure that out, just put the name, and doesn't matter really. And then tell me how many shares of that company you own, and what percentage is that company in your portfolio. So you might say, for example, Cummins is 5% of my entire portfolio. Then what I'm going to do is, this section is for me, maybe I'll change this again, but what I will do is I'm going to write a comment here to explain basically what I think about each one of the companies. So even if you own 20 companies, I'm going to do that, inshallah. I'm going to go over them, and I hope that helps basically the community out there, because the reason I'm doing this is I wish someone actually sat with me and just did that with my own portfolio. I do that a lot. I just sit down sometimes, and I'm actually going through another long video I'm planning now, inshallah, which I'm going to share with the community about my portfolio. But I wish someone did that with me, and inshallah I'm going to do that. If you join us with the Patreon account, if you join us basically the intelligent investor section, and there's a basically link in there where you can get access to this file here. All you need to do, fill it in, and you can add, by the way, just copy and paste, it doesn't matter. And by the way, the easiest way to do this is once you've opened this file, click file and make a copy, and then make a copy for yourself. Once you've got the copy, all you need to do, fill it in, share the link with me, and then good to go. Or even take a screenshot and send that to me, and then I'll just basically, actually it might be better to share the file because then I can actually comment on it. I hope that makes sense. There's a few other things that I've included as well, private question and answer. So if you people have been reaching out to me asking questions, and lately, because I've been busy quite a lot, I haven't actually had the chance to straight away basically reply, but I always do reply to questions and you've asked so on. And then of course the buys and the sales and everything else that we've been doing. And then monthly, I'm gonna do, instead of doing it like a whole loads of stocks, I'm gonna do just one stock each month, okay, where basically we're gonna dig deep and basically give you an entire breakdown and so on. And I've updated a couple of the watch lists, I've updated a few other things, so it will be absolutely amazing to have you there. If you can join us, it genuinely helps the channel moving forward, inshallah. The other thing I did with that brother, and I'm actually shared with the community, is like basically giving a checklist. So one of the things we talked about is, he was like, how do you know what companies to invest and why do you invest in these companies? And I had a checklist that I have been using for quite some time, and I shared that with the community yesterday as well, so you can get access to that. Even if you are, I think if you are on this side as well, I think you can get, you can actually get access to the watch. Even if you join actually for free, you can actually get access to that, basically the stock basically evaluation checklist, which is really good because it asks you loads of questions about the company. It helped me a lot, and it's basically helped me stop from investing in certain companies. So yeah, have a look at that, please. I'm trying to help the community as much as I can, so if you can join us, that would be absolutely amazing. If you can't do any of that, just basically click the subscribe button and help the channel, inshallah. The first company we're talking about today is Salesforce. Salesforce, as you can see, is 26% undervalued at this point, so it has upside of 26%, which is really good. To $325 per share is where they think the price should be. Right now it's $258 per share, and this is probably one of the best companies out there. And right now the EPS expected to grow about 11%, revenue is about basically 6% for next year, and they have absolutely amazing free cash flow. And I think, like I've always said to you, this is probably one of the companies I'm very bullish on. And if you want to know my opinion about this company, I shared my actual watch list, which I will be sharing with the community as well. I've shared that on the Patreon account yesterday, so you check that out, inshallah. The next company we're looking at today is Adobe. Adobe is another company that I have in my portfolio. This is in the entire, basically the family portfolio. Again, another one you can get access to on the Patreon account. Currently has 167 billion market cap and recently reported really good report overall. But then some people were very skeptical about how they're going to monetize when it comes to AI side of things. And I genuinely think a company this big has basically established itself in that sort of an industry. I don't think they're going to run out of business anytime soon, and I think people who are very skeptical on this are sleeping on this company. Right now it's got 51% upside from where we are. $590 per share is where the Morningstar thinks. Even if you give yourself 30%, 30% margin of safety, you can still buy the company right now, and inshallah moving forward, that's what I will be doing. Okay, right now, as you can see here, trading $391 per share. When it comes to profitability, return on equity, return on invested capital, as well as free cash flow, there's not many companies that can do that, and they're expecting the earnings to grow double digits basically next year, which is really, really good. Another one that is so over left for dead right now is Lululemon, and maybe something to do with the terrorism and what's happened before to the company. There's a lot going on right now, but it's a really great company, very profitable business, as you can see, with profit margin of almost 17%, return on equity of 42%, and return on invested capital of 33%, $1.3 billion of free cash flow. The earnings basically and the revenue is expected to be grew about 7% next year, grow about 7% next year, 32% upside from where we are, $315 per share. Again, I would definitely say this is probably one of the best companies out there. You just need to do your risk analysis and just say, okay, do I actually understand this business? and do I know where they're heading and so on. Another one is Thermo Fisher Scientific. This is another company that has been actually undervalued for quite some time. 56% upside from where we are. $630 per share is where they think the price should be. Right now is just above $400 per share. That's ridiculous. And as you can see, they do have some dividends, but very, very slow, but they are growing very fast. So 16%, very, very interesting company, I promise you. So I will be definitely looking at this and just digging deeper, inshallah, in the next few weeks. And as you can see here, they've got excellent free cash flow. They expected to grow earnings slightly, basically just over just 10%, and then basic revenue about 6%, which is absolutely fine. And the final company is Deckers Outdoor Corporation. This is another one that I have in my portfolio, $15.2 billion, and it basically has a narrow moat right now, $101 per share. Dividend is basically doesn't have any. Profit margin, return on equity, return on invested capital, probably one of the best out there. Free cash flow is very small. It's about, billion, but I don't really care because the company doesn't pay any. No, I do care, but because it's a very small market cap, normally it's okay. So about $1 billion is not actually bad at all. And an EPS expected to grow by 11%, revenue is expected to grow about 8%, and Morningstar is actually saying 18% upside from where we are. $120 per share is where they think the price should be. So that's the 5 companies I wanted to share with you guys. Despite basically the markets trading all-time highs and whatever is happening in the market right now, and the geopolitical situation is basically going to kick off tomorrow. I'm basically recording this on a Sunday. I think what is going to happen in the next few weeks is very much uncertainty. There's so much uncertainty in the market, and I think that will continue. So if you got a bit of cash lying around and you are a long-term investor, then there are opportunities out there, and you shouldn't be worried about what might happen next week and so on. And when it comes to Sharia compliance side of things, there's no issues with any of these companies. I do use Zoya Sharia compliance side of things, and they use these standards. So based on these standards here, you can see all of these companies are Sharia compliant right now as we speak. So there you have it. If you haven't joined us at the Patreon account, like I've always said to you guys, you get a lot out of it, inshallah. If you can join us, that will be absolutely amazing. And I've got loads of video planned for us in the next few weeks, in the next couple of days, inshallah. The portfolio, as you can see here, basically has been going up and down every single month. So last week, basically, we were down about £500 and less than basically 1%, which is fine. It doesn't bother me at all. I haven't added any new fresh money yet because there's a couple of things that I'm working on right now, and I genuinely don't know if I would be adding any money for at least until the beginning of July, sorry. So we'll see. But right now I'm comfortable, and I'm gonna let it grow and let's see what happens. But as you can see, we're still down for the 1 month, we're still down for the 3 months, about 3,000. A couple of weeks ago for the 3,000 we were almost 10,000, so we have recovered quite a bit. But as you can see, when it comes to the maximum, which is what matters, basically we're in total return of 24,000 plus. So let's see what happens, inshallah, in the next few weeks, and I will continue to share my journey with you guys. If you're enjoying this type of content, join us at the Patreon account, help the channel, and of course like the video, subscribe, and so on. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu Alaikum.